is a Fu Manchu! Now, if you've seen a few of my reviews in the past, you might have noticed that I'm a big Adventure Kartel and Ashley Wood fan. That's right. And you know what? There's a figure out there that eluded me. You see, a long time ago, about 10 years ago, Ashley Wood made a figure that was produced by a company called How to Work Toys. Well, the figure was called the Saint of Vengeance, Les Mort 13. Yep, Les Mort translates into the dead. And you know what? He looked awesome. Well, like I said, I had a chance to get it, and I missed it. And it looked a little something like this.
And if you know anything about me, you know a figure like this is right up my alley. Check him out. He looks like the Shadow, and he's got a skull face to boot. That is so awesome. Now, once you strip off that magician's cloak, what you have underneath is a very thin-looking character and a very awesome Skeletor-looking head. And yeah, I really regretted missing out on this figure. Now, what I had heard was the old bodies that these were produced on, because How to Work Toys was almost like a precursor to 3A, and these bodies that they used were the old Metacom or Mediacom, however you say it, Metacom, I believe, bodies, and those were kind of fragile, and they were prone to breakage and stuff like that. Well, you know, that kind of made me, sad that I missed out on it, but kind of thankful too. But it also made me wonder, what if 3A had actually produced this figure? What would it look like? How would it be? And do you think they'd ever make it? Well, guess what? They actually did, but this time under the name of a Future Mort 13. And I don't mind the name change, because you can't spell future without foo. But you know what? This was going to be a 3AA Bambalam 2018 membership only figure or something like that, and I've never had a membership to the 3AA club or whatever, and I don't even know how to get one. Every time I go on the Bambalam site, I never have any luck getting anything, and it always seems to be gone, blah, blah, blah. But by hook or crook, I knew I needed to get this figure. So, being the evil guy that I am, I used a lot of hooks, a lot of crooks, and today's review is going to be on the following. Today's review will be on the 3A, and this is for the Membership Pack 2018. Now, it should just be the figure, but hey, it was shipped inside this shipper, so I'm going to show off the shipper too. Which really sounds like a tongue twister now that I think about it. Now, with the box open and looking inside, we get a top sheet of cardboard, and after removing the cardboard, we find the figure still sealed in plastic and looking nice and shiny, and that is awesome. After removing the box from the shipper, holy cow, is this awesome! You get a really cool picture there of a Future Mort 13 jumping, and that is so awesome indeed. It says, "From the world of Adventure Kartel," which is really cool because when this figure was produced through How to Work Toys, he wasn't part of Adventure Kartel. He was from a comic book called Dirain Adventures or something, and Dirain translates into the bronze or something, so Bronze Adventures. So yeah, I like that they brought him over and put him in Adventure Kartel. That is so awesome. So not only was this a figure of a character that I wanted, but now he's in the group that I really wanted him to be in, because I love all of Ashley Wood's, stories and stuff, but I don't really have, any pop bot figures and stuff like that, or the, I don't know, any of the others. But I have a ton of Adventure Kartels, and the fact that he was brought over to that makes me very happy indeed. Now, I absolutely love this box. It's way bigger than I thought it would be, too. And down here it shows that it's got the 2018 membership thing. Over here on the side, you can see right there the date again, and then part of his scarf. His scarf is super long, as you can see, and goes all the way onto the back of the box. And just keeps going back around to the front of the box, and that is super cool. Got the 3A logo right there, and that is awesome. The top of the box is the same shade of his scarf right there, and it says a 3A decade, because apparently they've been making these figures and this membership thing for 10 years, and that is awesome. The bottom of the box has pretty much the same with a little bit more, and that's about it. Now, like I said, this was a figure of a character that I wanted for a long time. I mean, it's been 10 years that this thing came out, and now it's been 10 years of a membership thing that I never had. Sheesh. But you know what? I am so happy to have this in front of me. I can't believe it's still sealed up. It's never been opened. It's brand new, and man, I can't wait to see it. So I say we open it!
So, with the plastic removed, what you discover is the side of the box is actually held together with magnets and opens like a book. So if you swing the front flap open, what you see is a red flap with a drawing of the bone that he always seems to carry around and a little blurb that says, "Magic Circle Death Chant." Returning from the future, a very deathly figure, Les Mort, brings news of a very different world, where machines have taken to the occult arts and the remnants of humanity are locked in a final deathly dance. We are talking a full effing death waltz, not some 80s foot shuffle emo thingy. This wouldn't be this interesting if this future wasn't next week. Oh, and check that out. There's a little typo. It says this wouldn't be that interesting. Maybe he stuttered. I don't know. But you know what? That is awesome. So Les Mort comes from the future to warn the Adventure Cartel gang, hey, you know what? In the future, it's really bad. There's robots and stuff. And blah. But you know what? This happens in a week, so I don't know what we're going to do to fix it. And you did a real good job there, Les Mort. But you know what? Hey, that's still awesome to me. I absolutely love it. Now, if you look over here, the flap actually unfolds really big, and you can see his scarf and some telephone poles or whatever with wires and stuff. That is awesome. Looking around the corner here, you can see some buildings, and that is very cool indeed. Now, this red thing is like a flap as well, so when you move it out of the way, what you find over here is it says Future Mort 13, and you've got his face right there looking very awesome indeed. Now, right here you'll see that there is a passport for the Bam-a-lam, I don't know, membership thing. And then up here we also have a membership card, which I don't know if I'm supposed to show off the name of the guy who sold it to me, but yeah, thank you. I didn't think I'd be getting the passport or the membership card, so thank you very much for, selling that to me, mister. I think that is very cool, and I will treasure it always. But yeah, if you look behind there, you can see more of the buildings, and then way up here at the top, you can see, right there, you can see him jumping around, and that is awesome, doing his best Batman impression. Now, with the passport and the membership card removed, you get a better view of this insert artwork, and this is so awesome. I absolutely love this box. Between this right here and the artwork on the inside of the flaps of the box, oh man, this is awesome. As for the membership card, it is very glossy and feels like a credit card. And as for the passport, well, it feels and looks exactly like a real passport. The inside of the cover has a place where you can sign it, tells you when it's valid, and then down here you get a bunch of pages that are blank like this, just ready to be stamped. Aside from those blank pages, the only thing of note is right here on the back it talks about 3A, and that is awesome. It's too bad that this didn't come signed by Ashley Wood, but hey, I understand, he's busy. So, back to the cardboard insert. Once you remove this and look underneath, what you find is a truly awesome Future Mort, or as it says here, Les Mort 13 book, and that is so cool. I would have wanted this book all by itself, man. This is so neat. Now, on top of this, you also get, I'm assuming this is a sticker. I don't know, since I don't know anything about the memberships and stuff, I'm assuming they get these every year, and that is so cool indeed. It's almost like a Boy Scout patch or something like that. That is awesome. But let's check out this book, shall we? As you can see on the cover of the book, it's got Les Mort sitting on like some power cords and stuff like that. Man, they're all tangled up. There's a lot of power going through that, and that is so cool. You got the Les Mort 13 logo right there, and when you look inside, you get a truly awesome Ashley Wood comic. And believe me when I say this thing is thick. And not only that, but it is printed on some very heavy-duty paper and holds all the secrets of Les Mort. Now, because I haven't read this comic yet, I can't actually sum up what happens. Ooh, check it out. Fighting JC makes an appearance, and that is awesome. Like I said, I would have wanted this comic all by itself. And man, oh man, I can't wait to read it. But before I do, we've got a figure to review, don't we? Now, underneath that comic, there's the usual foam. Now, this layout totally reminds me of Gangster's Kingdom. I mean, this is so cool. It's got the comic, the foam, the fold-out backgrounds and stuff from the box and stuff. That is so awesome. So let's check this out, shall we? After removing that foam, we find Check this out, a very awesome looking overcoat. This thing is long and awesome. Now, this figure actually has this coat, whereas the original How to Work figure had like that magician's looking cloak or whatever, and a very tall looking hat. But yeah, they've since changed this out and given him this overcoat, which I don't mind. I don't know if I'll have him wearing it, but you know what? He looks pretty cool in all the photos I've seen of him wearing it, so who knows how I'll dress my figure. Over here, you find his new hat, looking very cool. The old one, like I said, was a little bit taller. And then down here, you have his little bone, and there's his scarf all rolled up, and that is awesome. So yeah, that's the top layer of foam right there, and I am very happy with it. Now, if you remove this jacket, you will find hidden underneath 2 extra wrist pegs and a little bit of medicine there that if you eat it, you will see Les Mort. So don't eat it! But like I said, this is the top layer of foam, and when you remove this layer, you find Les Mort in all his glory. And check this out. I got the Dilbert tie exclusive, and that is awesome. No, that's not a thing, but yeah, I can't get it to lay down. But check that out, man. He's flanked by his 2 handguns right there. His suit looks amazing. Down here, his legs are all covered up to keep him in place. He's got some extra hands right there, and you can see his pointy shoes, and that is so cool. Yeah, man, I am very, very happy with this, and I haven't even stood him up yet. Now, after removing that bottom layer of foam so you can see his legs, check that out. You can see his holsters and his hands. I love those gloved sculpts. Those look so cool. His pants have seen better days. They're a little tattered. I love how dirty he is, and his boots are amazing looking. Yeah, I am very, very, very happy. I have been wanting this figure for quite some time, and to have it in my hand right now makes me very happy. The fact that it's brand new and never opened, this is so cool. I can deal with that Dilbert tie. That doesn't bother me at all. Oh, and for the record, if you remove all the foam and look underneath, you will find this truly awesome picture here with "Death is not enough." I want that tattoo. That would be amazing. So, here's the figure fresh out of the package, still with the plastic on his head, and you know what? I still love everything I see about this. He's so dirty looking. He is awesome. Look, check out his hands, man. That looks so cool. Looks like he's ready to draw his guns, which aren't in his holsters yet, but can be in the future. Man, this is so cool. Look at those shoes. And he doesn't come with a stand, so I've got him standing on this one for right now so he won't fall over. His pants are really tattered and dirty looking. Yeah, this is awesome. So let's take this bag off of his head and check out what his head sculpt looks like. So, here's the figure with the plastic removed from his head, and man, oh man, is that one awesome looking head sculpt. This skull looks ancient and mummified, which really goes with those mummy wraps on the top of his head. Now, the original How to Work version of Les Mort did not have the mummy wraps on his head, but you know what? I think it's a great addition. Yeah, that is so cool. Now, it may look like he would have a hinged jaw, but he doesn't. It's just sculpted like that, and I absolutely love the Ashley Wood, skull design. That is so cool indeed. Now, looking at the rest of his costume here, it reminds me very much of the man in the mask in the movie The Strangers. I mean, if you think about it, just put a potato sack on his head, and you've got that figure too. I mean, seriously, tell me if I'm wrong. And honestly, it wouldn't be hard to turn this into a custom of him, that's for sure. Check this out down here. You can see he's got an untucked shirt there. He's got a leather belt. He's got 2 holsters on his hips. Like I said, I love those in, action kind of draw hands or whatever. That is so cool. And he's got some tattered knees down there, and these shoes are amazing, like I said. Now, looking at the figure from behind, you can see his mummy-wrapped head there, and then you've got his jacket looking very cool. And then down here, you've got the gun holsters, and they look amazing as well. And then back of his legs and his shoes. As for his accessories, he came with a right hand and a left hand that look like, I don't know, trigger hands. No, they're not trigger hands. They're just kind of like loosely holding hands. And then finally, the trigger hands, a right and a left. And that is awesome. They're all gloved, and I absolutely love them. But seriously, these, gripping hands or whatever are going to be hard to beat. I just love the way that looks. He also came with a matching pair of handguns, and this is awesome. These things feel really heavy-duty, too, man. The butts of them feel really thick. I'm assuming for his big old hands or whatever. This is so cool, and I can't wait to put them in his holsters. Next up you have his broken bone, and that is very cool. I don't know if this is like a wand or what, but you know what? That is so cool indeed. It's definitely probably his weapon. I don't know, maybe. Who knows? I've got to read the comic, man. Next up you have his scarf, and man oh man, it's still rolled up, and it is very thick and very silky feeling. It is so cool, and I can't wait to see this on him as well. Now, although I would have rather gotten that magician's cloak or whatever, this coat is still pretty cool. Now, I don't know if it fits his motif, but it definitely fits in with the Adventure Kartel, line, so he'll look perfect, wearing this around them. I do like him like this, though, too, without it, but then again, I haven't put it on him, so I don't know. But yeah, if it was the magician's cloak, you'd be wearing that all the time, but this coat looks really cool, too, and it's very big and very heavy looking, and this is cool. And in case you're curious, there's nothing on the back but a lot of weathering. I absolutely love it. Last up, you have his hat. Now, his original hat from the How to Work toys almost looked like a very tall pilgrim hat or something like that. This one, I don't know, reminds me of kind of like a fishing hat or something. But, yeah, this is still really cool, man, and it's made at a slant, as you can see, because, I mean, that's the way it's made right there, and that looks very cool, and you know what? That's going to finish off his look big time. Now, like I always say in all of my 1/6 scale reviews, I'm probably not going to put this guy together here in the video. I'm sorry about that, but there are going to be photos of him online and stuff like that if you want to see what he looks like with the scarf and everything like that. But it usually takes me way too long to dress these things, and I don't want to mess it up. I just can't wait to play with this figure, but for now, I say we look at him up close. What do you say? So, here we go with a super duper close-up look, and starting with this Dilbert tie, man, this thing is levitating, but as you can see, it is very weathered and looks awesome. Now, underneath the tie there, you'll see his white shirt, which looks white, but it's also kind of off-white, too. It's very weathered looking. Right here, you've got his belt buckle, and man, that belt buckle looks rusted. That is so cool. Working our way over to his black jacket right here. It's got the little pockets and stuff. And yes, it's weathered, but there's no tattered parts on it like there are on the pants that I can see. I didn't see any holes or anything in the jacket, so the jacket's actually in really good shape. Working our way over to his tie, you can see it's got a loose fit right there. It's not pushed up all the way. You've got the top part of his collar, and working up here to his mummified skull, and that is awesome. I love how they painted it. They could have just painted this thing white or yellow, and it would have looked cool, but you know what? This is awesome. Yeah, that looks like an old mummified skull from an Egyptian tomb or something. And you can see there, he's got no eyes. How does he see? And man, that looks cool. Like I said, I love the design of his teeth there. I do wish he had like a hinged jaw, but you know what? That would have probably messed up the sculpt anyways. This looks so amazing. Working our way up to the top of his head, you can see his mummified wraps there wrapping around, and he's got one loose little piece right here, and that is cool. Now, I think that's glued down to his head, so if you wanted to remove it, you'd probably have to ruin it or tear it up, and you know what? I ain't gonna attempt it. I like it just like this. Now, turning the figure to the side to get a better view of his head here, you can see the mummified wraps right there. And then down here, you've got his brow and his nose, or lack of nose, I should say. There's his jaw again. Like I said, I love that brown wash. Oh, that looks so good. Over here in the back of his neck, you can see he's still got that weathered color there. That is so cool. Yeah, this is amazing. I absolutely love it. Working our way down his suit jacket, and you can see there, it's just a black jacket. It's got some buttons there. That is very cool. And then here's his gloved hands, and that is so amazing. Now, looking past his hand, you can see his left holster right here, and this looks so cool. It's like faux leather or whatever, and it's very weathered as well, and that is so cool indeed. Since his right side is exactly like the left, let's just work our way down here to his pants, and you can see there's some weathering down here at his knees. He has some holes all in his pants right there. His pants have seen better days, man, but I love how they're tattered. That looks like real jeans. That is so cool. Working our way down here to his shoes, and these shoes are awesome. They've got this really pointy toes, and that is so cool. Speaking of pointy nose, these are some real spy versus spy shoes, if you ask me. This is so cool indeed. Yeah, I absolutely love these shoes. It looks so good on them. Now, as you can see, his shoes are actually just popped on at the ball joint there, so he's got no feet under there, but I don't know why you'd want him running around barefooted anyways. Man, if his skull looks like that, just imagine what his feet look like. This is cool, man. I absolutely love it. Now, looking at the back of his head, you can see his little mummified wraps again, and that looks so awesome, and I love the color there at his neck. Oh, man, that looks so cool. Like I said, I'm sure there's a way that you could pull this off if you wanted to, but, you know, like I said, you're probably going to ruin your figure if you do, so I'd leave it there. And here's the back of his coat. Like I said, the coat itself has no tattered parts or anything. It's just the pants that are tattered. And then over here, you've got his right gun holster, which you can't see because it's in the dark. Let's turn it around. And now his hand's blocking it. But as you can see, there's his leather gun holster right there. It looks like he's got a little bit of Velcro there. I guess there's a strap to wrap around or something, but that looks very cool indeed. And yeah, I absolutely love this. I think it looks amazing. And seriously, believe me when I say this just became my favorite Adventure Kartel figure that I own. Man, oh man, thank you, Ashley Wood, for re-releasing this character, because I've been wanting him for years. Oh, and in case you're curious, here's what his bone looks like up close. You can see it's got the same weathering, and then down here it's got a broken bit, and that is awesome. Here's what his scarf looks like up close, and that looks like a real scarf if you ask me. Here's one of his guns up close, and man, this gun is awesome. Like I said, it's cool that he comes with a matching pair. They've got a little bit of weathering on them, as you can see there. And like I said, the butt is very, very thick, and that's very cool. Usually, you know, toy guns have the very thin butts and stuff, but yeah, this is awesome. Now, it's going to be hard to tell, but up close, the hat feels like one of those like Halloween hats that you could get or whatever, like at a Halloween store. It's not like a real hat, but feels kind of like close to a real hat. It kind of feels like that, and it's made out of kind of thin material here at the top. You can almost see through it, you know, especially with the light shining on it. But yeah, it's not going to be a problem when it's on his head. But like I said, this in person feels very thick, and it's kind of hard to describe. The brim of it feels really thick. The top of it's pretty thin. But yeah, it feels like one of those hats you'd get like with a Halloween costume every year at Halloween. And looking at his coat up close, man, you can see all the weathering and stuff like this. This looks like one of Bleak Mission's jackets, or maybe Merde Missions or whatever. Man, that's so cool. This looks so good. And yep, you know, putting this on him, I mean, I guess I would rather him have this than a tracky suit, because I can't imagine this poor skeleton guy running around in a tracky outfit. But you know what? This is cool. So, was it worth the wait to get this figure? Yes, it was. This is amazing, and I absolutely love it. I can't believe I was able to get it brand new and not opened and stuff like that. Man, this makes me very, very happy. I absolutely love this figure, and like I said, he became my favorite Adventure Kartel figure that I own. I love the fact that they put this character in the Adventure Kartel world. So yeah, not just having an Ashley Wood, you know, skeleton guy. This is actually part of my favorite, you know, storyline that Ashley Wood has, and that is so cool indeed. Man, this is cool. Thank you to the guy who sold it to me, and man, I love it. So, there's my review of the ThreeA and Ashley Wood Future Mort 13, and man, oh man, welcome to the Adventure Kartel world, Future Mort. I am very happy to see you, and I'm glad you're here. This is awesome, man, oh man. I absolutely love it, like I keep saying repeatedly, so you know I do, but man, I can't believe that I got this figure, and if you've been wanting one just like I have, go get it, because this is so cool, and he just looks so good. Look at him. Yeah, I know it's a face only a mother could love, but I love it too. And guess what? I may have another figure coming soon from ThreeA and Adventure Kartel. A Zombot. And I've been wanting one of them for a long time too, and I finally got my hands on one. Now, it hasn't arrived yet, so who knows, maybe it'll get lost in the mail, but he's supposed to get here. So you know what? You may have a friend to hang out with soon, Mr. Mort. And guess what? That's all. So until next time, tune in for more Foo Reviews.
Hey, this is Nolan North. You don't want to miss Foo Reviews. And I'm out.